Action.
Namaste, Adab, hello, Sat Sri Akal.
And welcome to this talk we are going to have about corruption in Norway. Norway goes by the UN to be one of the safest countries, one of the countries which has equal rights for genders, and which goes to be one of those countries which are best to live in. One of the most successful democracies in the world. But is that really the case? The way we're going to illustrate this with one example. Norway has the largest public sectors of all countries in the world, meaning that now I believe it's been more than 30% of the working population works for the state or the municipalities. And for instance, if you take the child protective services, it's 40 billion Norwegian kroner in circulation in the child protective services, and there's no limit. And it works like this. It's the finance of this whole sector or branch of different lines of work is financed through something that you can translate into efforts governed finance model. Innsatsstyrt finansieringsmodell. And that meaning, for instance, when a child is taken away from the family, the ball starts rolling. Then the experts that are going to, I mean the psychiatrist or the psychologist, they're going to have their share. The judges, they're going to have their share. The police, going to have their share. The people that work in child protective services going to have their share. The institutions going to have their share. The foster homes going to have their share. The lawyers going to have their share. And most probably I forgot some people now, but there's a whole huge branch of people and lines of work involved in this human trafficking business. And of course, this is how the corruption happens. It's not that you take money and launder it out of the country. When you take a child, the tap of the oil money starts flowing into this whole branch of work. And this is how the corruption starts. And how does it happen? For instance, let's go down to the details and a concrete example. When the child protective services needs to take a child away from a family in order to get this money flowing, they need to lie in the letters they write from the meetings they have with parents. For instance, they describe the parents in psychological terms, etc., even though they don't have the education to do so. And they describe the child as in this and such a way. So when they put these papers in front of the courts at one point, the courts, they have nothing else to go by than these letters. And that's the way they do it. So they lie, they base this upon lies. And we said it many times before, but now it's 26 cases in the European Courts of Human Rights. And against the Norwegian Child Welfare Services, Child Protective Services. And it's rotten and corrupted to the bone.
Yeah.
And this is how it happens. And Naima,
Yeah.
you are a clinical nutritionist and you're soon to be a medical doctor. And how is this efforts governed finance model, how does this apply to the healthcare sector then?
Well, first of all, one thing is that in health sector, one thing I learned when I studied at the University of Oslo is that they are pseudo-selskaper. They are pseudo companies, meaning fake companies. They are not really companies. That means that according to how much effort a particular hospital or a particular ward, how much activity they will deliver is how much they will get from the government directly into that ward or into that hospital. So it's kind of like a business. And if I'm not wrong, I think the current health minister used to run hotels. So, you know, this is the problem when you start mixing business with patients, because then there is a stagnation with the moral, because you have different aims. Should you aim to make the patient happy, or should you aim to make the hotel be efficient in the name of beds for the patients? So we are in a very difficult situation now, because now most of the hospital, they are going under budget. They cannot deliver as much productivity, and what they have delivered has had grave consequences for the communities out in the districts, because they come very fast from the hotels or patients' hospitals. They come very fast from their suite, you know, and then you have not completely restored patients in the community. So there is a chance that they will be readmitted into the hospital.
And new money coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, so you see the corruption. And this is, Norway is an oil state. We have these oil fields offshore. And every single year is a big shot of oil money into the Norwegian budget. And this is the main problem. We have, like we said before, the largest public sector in the world. And these jobs are bullshit jobs, a lot of them. It's moving paper and it's following up rules which are not really necessary. And we have this society where people are afraid of breaking these rules. They are hired to make sure that these rules are followed. And many of these rules are they don't even apply to a normal life. It's not real rules.
And as a consequence, because you become just a rule order takers, the creativity in you is stagnated, and the original idea from a human being, it gets closed. So these are just like your copycats. And for me, you know, when you are, first of all, I applied for both as a clinical nutritionist and as an internship, turnustjenesten, in Norway, around the Oslo district area. I think I applied over 100 positions, and I never got any jobs. And this is how they run.
This illustrates nepotism.
Yeah.
And it illustrates racism. And it illustrates that the people that are in power and the elite that benefit from this corrupt system, they keep it like that. So people that are in on the hoax, so to speak, they will get the position, they will get the job. So if you are an immoral person, I mean, this is harsh words, but it's like that.
It is.
It has been like that, unfortunately. You are not being measured by your merits.
No.
You are being measured by your ability to shut up about the criminal activity that's going on. This is the way corruption works in Norway today, I'm afraid.
Or you succumb to the kind of hierarchy, because and most of the time it involves that you are compromised somehow. And if you buy into that, you have it going on with the health system in Norway for 30-40 years, with the job and the salary, and then you have taken up probably a loan on your house, so you have mortgage on that. So many of the people, especially many people I know, they are indebted with huge finance in debt, both from the student loans that they have taken. Many of them, they end with their, when they're finished doctors, they have 1 million krona in loan. So already they started up with a huge debt. So you can imagine, and then you are in a codependency with the government because they're paying your salary. So you are in this very vicious cycle, and it's very difficult to get out of it. And for me, I have 4 children, as I've told you, it will be very difficult to be at 18, 19 hour shifts at hospital, many times all night when my children will be here looking for their mother. So for me, I cannot have that kind of lifestyle or that kind of job.
Mm. So it's becoming difficult for people. And for instance, look at Pakistan today. Pakistan with the new Prime Minister of Imran Khan.
Yeah.
They have 200 million inhabitants or so in Pakistan, with a very largely young population, which is a country up and coming. And they are creating from scratch.
Yeah.
And they are building their growth on their merits as they go along. And it's you can feel in Pakistan today, it's a very positive attitude towards building a country.
Very much, and everybody is engaged. My son is actually there now visiting his grandmother, my mother, and one thing he told me, he says they all like together, like we are a family. And that feeling of that family feeling, I never felt here in Norway. And another thing is that our Prime Minister of Pakistan, he's coming down very hard on corruption.
Exactly.
But our Prime Minister here is not even talking about it.
She is corrupt herself.
That's the problem.
Her husband, Sindre Finnes, he is a member of the Freemasons in Norway. And he owns shares. He's a shareholder in these road tax companies.
Yeah.
And under Erna Solberg's rule, they have put up so many road tax junctions so that they increased the income of these companies by many folds. So it's obvious. The elite in Norway, the ruling elite, is corrupt. And it's the same as in Pakistan. Nawaz Sharif and the Bhutto family. They are out now. And the corruption is going down. They are very much aware of this. While the UN country #1 in the world, Norway, is corrupt, rotten to the bone. And nobody even, or a lot of people, they don't admit to that.
Yes, and also now with our Prime Minister Erna Solberg, she even had discussion with Prime Minister Narendra Modi about rainbow trout in Kashmir.
Yes.
That they were going to get all our fish even out from their mountains.
Yeah, so you scratched natural resources. She wants to suck out the natural resources. And
like the oil they did in Norway.
Exactly.
They just sucked out all the oil. And the thing is that they have, everything is business. It's just too much. And the problem for Norway, with all the oil money, it has really corrupted many people. And it's made many people codependent with the government in a compromised manner. So it's very difficult to come out of it. So their codependency is with the government, with the politician. And it's the oil money, because it's been overindulgence. It's been a curse for Norway.
For 30 years.
Yeah.
So the young youths of Norway, they are more or less spoiled people.
Not all.
No, a lot of people are, and they aspire to have a job within the public sector, because they know that then they will have a safe job with a steady income and so forth. But it's a hoax. It's not funded in any real input-output, because the oil money is gonna end. The oil fields, they're going to end, and then there's no industry, there's no real firm, strong legs to stand up on and build the country
and
forward.
no ecological real growth, because many of this business is made on profit. And already when you are in profit, you are thinking of the result. And because of the result, they have put on a lot of loan and made many people indebted in Western countries at least. And there is no moral conduct on your way up the career ladder. When you're gonna go further and further up, there is no moral restraint, no niyamas and yamas, which it in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, the first and second limb out of the 8 limbs is yamas and the niyamas, do's and the don't. And in that, it applies that you are truthful, that you are honest, that you are compassionate, that you are clean, and your agenda is pure. That is not a hidden. And many of these work opportunity, at least for my experience in my educational life here in the West, it's been very, if you want to be in this ball game, you have to play that opportunistic game. And many times you will end up compromising your morals and your values. And then later can turn into bitterness, which is the danger.
And mind you, I just want to put in, because you can say that, okay, you guys, I don't believe you, this is shocking, I'm not on your same page. Well, it's 26 cases against Norway in the Court of Human Rights in Strasbourg. So the human rights of Norwegians are under pressure. Either way you turn.
Yeah. So the whole world is waking up, because a lot of injustice are happening here, exactly because of the reason we just told you, that many of the population are already working for the government. So it's like our own attacking us.
They are compromised.
So our human rights gets violated, and as Henrik said, it's actually under attack. So we have to stand up, and now it's over 30 cases in the European Human Rights Court. So now we will see these cases coming up, and guys, there is horrible cases, and you will listen to what happened to these mothers and fathers that lost their children, and they were not able to see them for years and years. Can you imagine what it does to a human being to be separated from your child?
Wrongfully. And everybody, look it up online. Support the fight against Child Protective Services in Norway.
Yes.
It's dangerous for the human rights,
Yeah.
and it's human trafficking put into system, and it's really bad.
And it's getting exposed now more and more, and now we will see also in the backdrop of the whole Jeffrey Epstein Island, because Norway was deeply connected with the Clinton Foundation, and we all found out about that.
Norway has, excuse me for interrupting, I just had to put it in, they have contributed with 1 billion kroner
Yeah.
to the Clinton Foundation.
So Norway is also somehow compromised on a high level, and it's important that we all are aware of that.
So, the best democracy in the world? Nah.
Not anymore. No, it is quite corrupted here, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Vad är det?
Det är
गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोधिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते भगवति हेशिति कण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते रोषिणि दुर्धरधर्षिणि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि वर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि कल्मषमोषिणि घोषरते तनुजनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते अयि जगदम्ब मदम्ब कदम्ब वनप्रियवासिनि आसरते शिखरि शिरोमणि तुङ्ग हिमालय शृङ्ग निजालय मध्यगते मधुमधुरे मधुकैटभगञ्जिनि कैटभभञ्जिनि रासरते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते गिरिनन्दिनि नन्दितमेदिनि विश्वविनोदिनि नन्दनुते गिरिवरविन्द्यशिरोधिनि वासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते भगवति हेशिति कण्ठकुटुम्बिनि भूरि कुटुम्बिनि भूरि कृते जय जय हे महिषासुरमर्दिनि रम्यकपर्दिनि शैलसुते सुरवरवर्षिणि दुर्धरधर्षिणि दुर्मुखमर्षिणि वर्षरते त्रिभुवनपोषिणि शङ्करतोषिणि कल्मषमोषिणि घोषरते तनुजनिरोषिणि दितिसुतरोषिणि दुर्मदशोषिणि सिन्धुसुते जय जय हे